We're going to get started. Good morning. Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Corpus Christi. My name is Claire Houlihan. My pronouns are she, her. And I am pleased to be your worship associate this morning. Whether this is the first time you've been here with us, or you've been here with us for years, both here in person and online, we unconditionally welcome you as your full, authentic self. We're excited to welcome you to our worship service this morning and welcome all faiths and no faiths. In particular, we welcome you as you are and whoever you love and wherever you are on your journey. Our gathering together during this time has intention and purpose. This space at this time is holy and sacred. Though we may sometimes fall short of our ideals, we come together with the intention to grow as spiritual and moral beings. To that end, we recite a covenant each week, which is not a creed, but a promise we make to one another. We live within our values, interdependence, equity, transformation, pluralism, generosity, and justice, with love at the center. And I have some announcements today. Go ahead and try and get through this list quickly. We're looking ahead to future services, so if you have ideas for topics, speakers, or collaborators, please talk with Jim Adams from the worship team, and I believe there's other members of the worship team. You can talk with Tess, Lauren, and Jim, I think. Okay. Awesome. Okay. From the worship team, or add your ideas to She on the Hallway board. Our monthly board meeting is Tuesday, April 14th at 6:30 p.m. in the Raspberry Room. There is a Zoom option available if you would like to do so remotely. Our Covenant of UU Pagans, CUPS, C-U-U-P-S, meets on Friday, April 17th at 7 p.m. in the Raspberry Room. For more information, contact David Bonham for more information. And all the way in the back, there we go. All Adventures will host a birding outing on Saturday, April 18th at 8 a.m. in Blusher Park. April is peak migration season, so it's a great time to go. Sign up in the hallway and let us know if you need binoculars. For more information, contact Liz Cook, also in the back. Our spring congregational meeting will be Sunday, May 17th at 12:15 p.m. We'll be discussing upcoming elections for several committee positions. And board, thank you. The UTC3 book group begins a new book, The Disaster Tourist by Yun Ko-un. I hope I pronounced that right. On Friday, May 1st at 2 p.m. It's available for download on Overdrive or for purchase at most retailers. The audiobook is purchase only. And then Pumpkin Patch planning meeting in the Raspberry Room directly after service. And I believe Ren will be leading that. Awesome. As always, check your, okay. There's actually 2 more announcements before I read that off. We are going to throw a dance or rave this fall. This is a great fellowship activity and a wonderful way for you to introduce your friends to our quirky and fun little church. If you would like to be on the planning committee and help establish a theme and start putting together the framework, please see Debbie Sunderman after the service. A dance is an easy event to put together. And then the second, I think we already announced the All Adventures, right? Oh, I'm sorry, this is different. Okay. If you have an event in mind, an All Adventure otherwise, and would like some guidance in making it happen, please talk with Debbie Sunderman, and she will help muster our resources to assist. And then, as always, check your order of service for upcoming events and scan the QR code for weekly e-blasts where all of these events and more are listed. And that should conclude our announcements. All right. Please rise and, what? I'm sorry. Not yet, not yet, not yet. Okay. We'll hand it off to the prelude, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Yes.
me say something like it's our custom in this church to welcome any visitors and newcomers.
Newcomers a chance to introduce themselves if they feel comfortable doing so. If it's your first time here or you just feel ready to say hello after coming for a while, we invite you to stand as you are able, raise your hand and tell us for your name and where you are from. And Rin over there will bring you the microphone so that those who stream our services may hear you. Are there any visitors or newcomers today? Okay, one.
Of course, this is not my first time, but it is unfortunately my last time. My farewell, although I will be attending online because where I'm moving in Brownsville, Texas, there is a UU church. However, I feel at home here, and thank you everybody for the several years I've been here, especially several of you, good friends. Love you all, and I don't know if you know that you saved my life. Thank you.
Are there any other visitors, newcomers? Okay, I think one more.
Thank you, and I appreciate the warm welcome we received coming in. This is my friend Lewis, and we came here to see Kathy perform. And she's a close friend with Lisa, a friend of mine, and I met her a while back. And so her and Hannah were very welcoming last night and extended their invitation to us, so that's awesome.
Thank you. I think there's another one over here.
Well, I'm not new, but I'm renew. I live in Albuquerque, and I go to the Unitarian Church there now, but I used to be a member here a long time ago, and it's wonderful to see some wonderful friends. 5 years.
Oh, yeah, people online needed to hear you.
Okay, people online, I'm Kathy's brother.
Oh, another one.
I just wanted to say, since she's too shy to do so, it's wonderful to not only see Mary, but Dan as well. Thank you.
All right, I believe that's everyone. Welcome. We are glad you here. We're glad you are here. We welcome you and invite you to please join us for conversation after the service. We would love to get to know you. Our service will now begin. All right. I will now give some opening words. We gather today in the spirit of harmony, the harmony that lives in the heart of our faith. Our Unitarian Universalist tradition calls us to affirm the inherent worth and dignity of every person, to honor the interdependent web of all existence, and to seek truth and meaning in the rhythms of life. Today, we listen not only with our ears, but with our whole being. We open ourselves to the healing language of sound, to the resonance of singing bowls, chimes, and song. Each tone, each vibration is an invitation to breathe more deeply, to release what no longer serves us, to remember that we are part of a great and living symphony of creation. As we begin, let us find stillness. Let us soften into the sacred moment between sound and silence. And let every note we hear remind us we are connected, we are held, we belong. I would like to invite Zeta up to light our chalice while I share these words. We kindle our chalice flame to honor the light that listens within us. This light, like sound, moves through unseen pathways, carrying warmth, truth, and compassion into every corner of our sacred being. There we go. There we go. All right. And now we'll do the affirmation of our church covenant. Let's rise in body and spirit. Yes, thank you. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest for truth is a sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge and freedom, to serve human need to the end that all souls shall go into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other and with all we hold sacred. You may be seated.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Lauren Cantatori-Causey, president of U2C3, and today we have the pleasure of bringing some new members here. As part of our leadership in this church, it is my distinct pleasure and great honor to invite new members to join our congregation. It is our responsibility to see that prospective members meet the requirements set out in our bylaws when they first join. You might think of this as simply go to the class, promise to give some money every month, and sign the book. While that is true, there is a little bit more to it than that. We are a covenantal faith, meaning that we are defined by our relationships with one another and how we treat one another, as well as how we, as a congregation, interact with the world. Now, I would like to ask the following people up David Bonham, Gail Blampied, April Taylor, Liz Cook, Sonia and Dakota Jones and their children Coraline and Conrad, Joey Matt, and April Huxell and her son Tristan. I ask the congregation to stand as you are willing and able. If you agree, when I have finished reading this pledge, you will be prompted to say, "We so pledge." We, the congregation of the Unitarian Universalist Church of Corpus Christi, affectionately abbreviated as U2C3, invite you all into our beloved community. As you join us, we once again renew our own commitment to this religious home. We welcome you as once we were welcomed ourselves. We offer you the gift of fellowship. Ours is a free fellowship, and we ask you to become co-creators with us on our mutual journey of discovery and service. We seek your ideas and your vision and your support, not only when you reach out in courage to us, but also when you need us to reach out to you. In return, we ask that you recognize our humanity. We will not always live up to our ideals, and when we fall short, we invite you to stay in relationship with us and help us more fully bring into this being the spirit of love, which is the doctrine of this church. You are now full members of this congregation. As we celebrate in worship, work, and play, we pledge to lift up our voices, to search together for meaning and truth, and to share the joys and sorrows of our lives with one another. Let the whole congregation respond, "We so pledge." We so pledge. You may be seated, and we'll have everyone sign the book over here. Thank you, everyone.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see.
All right. Would now like to invite are we doing story? Yeah. Okay.
The Story of All Ages is a video presentation today brought to us by Kathy Westergren. And hello for all children who are staying in the service.
Thank you, Tess.
Thank you.
Hello, and this is my book, 6 Healing Sounds with Lisa and Ted, Qigong for Children. The 6 healing sounds and inner smile exercises shown in this book were developed thousands of years ago in China to help people to get rid of toxic, negative emotions from their bodies. They help the body to heal itself through a combination of smiling, deep breathing, sound vibrations, gentle movements, and positive thinking. Lisa and Ted will show you how to do the exercises and how they make them feel and act better in all kinds of situations. But so you know what the healing sounds should sound like, I'll go through them with you now. The first one Lisa does is the heart sound. The next one Ted does for his stomach, and it sounds like The third sound in the book is the sound for the lungs. And after that is the kidney sound. Chew. The next one is for the liver, and it sounds like you're telling someone to be quiet. And the last sound helps Ted to go to sleep, and it sounds like Thanks for watching!
I want to tell you all that we're going to do a little something different for meditation today. Instead of normally we gong the big bowl and we start 3 minutes of silence and then we start people lining up for the candle lighting. So we're still going to do the candle lighting, but before we do that, instead of a time of silence, we're going to actually play, or Nick is going to play for us, a song that really began, I mean, I've been a lifelong singer, but what really began this journey for me, exploring how sound really can help heal and just really soothe the spirit, was this song that he's going to play at the end of a really frustrating, we've all had bad days where you're just really angry at your sibling or boss or maybe spouse or somebody, and I was still irritated after the end of a yoga class until this song was played during the portion at the end of yoga where we're savasana, where we're relaxing. And so we're going to play this, and then Claire or I or both of us will stand up at the 3-minute mark, and that's when you'll know to start coming up for the candle lighting. But the song is long enough that we'll play it for all of it.
So, as Kathy said, no time of silence. We're going to play music during it. Let's see. So after I give the meditation reading, the music begins. You're invited to come to the middle aisle to light a candle. Once we stand up, thank you. Representing a joy or sorrow you may be holding in your heart. When you light your candle, please keep in mind the further lit candles are placed in the sand, the less risk of to the next person's hand. If you're with us online today, you're welcome to share your joys and sorrows in the chat feature. And I will now give the meditation words. I invite you now to settle into a comfortable position. Let your feet find the earth beneath you steady, supportive, alive. Let your hands rest easily, your shoulders soften, your breath begin to flow at its own unhurried rhythm. With each inhale, welcome the gift of this moment. With each exhale, release what you no longer need to carry. Let your breath become a bridge to connect your body, mind, and spirit. As we begin to enter this time of sound and stillness, imagine the air around you shimmering with quiet vibration, the hum of life itself. You are part of this great web of being, every heartbeat, every breath, a note in the larger symphony of creation. There is nothing to fix, nothing to prove, nothing to perform, only this, to listen, to receive.
I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me. I release control and surrender to the flow of love that will heal me.
listening to that long song, y'all. I think it's a good reminder. It may not have been your cup of tea. Maybe it was. There is a 1-minute version, if you're curious. You can search that same person on YouTube. But I think it's a good reminder that whatever it is that helps soothe you or evoke whatever emotion you're looking for, to do so. So I'm going to try to make the spoken portion as short as possible. 5 minutes is my goal, so that we can get to the bowls. I know that that's what y'all want. But I do want to just share some words for everyone. First of all, there is a lot of history to this, to music being used. I was reading an article in Psychology Today that there's some thoughts that we had vocal music with each other before we even had language. So that's a fascinating idea to me as a singer. But there are cultures in Egypt, and Egyptian cultures used a lot of chanting. We've had recent drumming service, like Native Americans and other Australian Aboriginals. They've had the didgeridoo. These bowls have science to them, really, when you think about it. They're earth and science right there to them. What they are is computer waste. Crystal quartz bowls are computer waste. Basically, Texas Instruments and other companies like that, when there were any imperfections on them, they were discarded. And eventually someone figured out that they made beautiful music. And this is what ties into our third principle, that we are all, basically everyone and everything is special in some way. There's something in us, and so this was a way to make something beautiful out of waste. Okay, now for a little bit more on the science. These bowls, forget the bowls for a moment, music, sound, it's actually been used for a long time to, a lot of us know if we have, especially the young ones in here, your sibling, your parent were able to get an ultrasound, just went to a sonographer to find out the sex of the baby at a certain age, a certain number of weeks. It's used to diagnose life-threatening illnesses. But did you guys know it's also used for healing? It has actually been approved by the FDA for Parkinson's treatments, non-surgical Parkinson's treatments. There are trials ongoing right now for certain cancer treatments for tumor, to break up the tumor within the body using sound waves. And what's fascinating to me, since I work at Del Mar College, is that Del Mar College not only has the diagnostic medical sonography and echocardiography programs, but we also have a program that I did not advise, but I know of, called non-destructive testing in our Industry and Public Service division, and that is for finding leaks. The sound waves are used to find leaks in the pipes. So it's fascinating stuff that's done already with these. So what I want y'all to think of is the body as a pond. Your body is mostly made up of water. It's 60 to 70%, something like that. So if you drop a pebble in a pond, it creates ripples. And so that's what's going to happen when you hear them. You're going to hear the waves go out towards you throughout the room. So it's always, I apologize for those online, because I hope you'll be able to pick up on some of it, and you definitely can find some really good videos where the quality will probably be better. But it is always, when possible, better to hear sound healing in person, at least according to the instructors I've had, and I can confirm that at least with my own experience. But what happens when these waves are going out is it helps our bodies go from busy mode to quiet mode. But this actually has to do with brain waves, like alpha waves versus theta, and zeta. And I have that in another note. But anyway, it's kind of like a bath for your feelings, because you'll feel certain ways based on certain notes. And so I can't just play any random bowl together, because the sound can be discordant and it might not be nice. So sometimes it'll be good to have a passing tone that doesn't maybe sound as good, but it resolves into something nicer. So what's interesting about this, and we do not have time to go into it, but there are not only is each bowl a different note, and sometimes they don't even match up. Like that big bowl that we have in the church is a G bowl, but so is that blue bowl next to it. It is a G bowl, but they're not the same. And so part of this may have to do with there's a tuning situation, a kind of controversy where the piano, that piano there, A, should be tuned to A equals 440 hertz. But some people think that it should be 432, and it's more geometric, sacral geometry type of thing. So there's some backstory to it if anyone's interested in it. But it's not even just that. Even if they're the same hertz, sometimes the bowls just won't sound together. So I noticed today, coming in thinking I'll get to play the big G bowl when I'm playing the smaller bowls, like I practice, and I will not, because that big G bowl and the little G bowl do not sound good together. Sometimes this is a good thing. If you've ever heard of binaural beats, you can do that, like a YouTube video or something. You have a binaural beats where your brain actually makes sense of two discordant sounds. One ear is hearing one. You really need to do it with headphones. And another is having another beat, and your brain makes it sound really good. It takes it together, but it doesn't work as well without headphones. So I just wanted to say one other thing about this. Every one of us has a bowl inside of us. It's our voice. We can all sing along. If you feel so inclined during, you can do so. Okay, so we're going to transition to playing the bowls. And for people who have questions at the end or want to play with the bowls, please feel free to come up. And that is for the young and young at heart, for everyone in here. Speaking of the young and young at heart, if you are sensitive to hearing, to sound, I'm going to be playing the bowls lowly and slowly as much as possible. But there are times when I'll get a little carried away, and if it bothers you, sometimes that is, some people would say that's the ripples going through you, sound waves. But you also could just move. So I don't want any young or maybe someone with a hearing aid to feel uncomfortable. I kind of find it's just the physics of the room and where the bowls are placed is sometimes where the best place to sit. So if you feel the need to move, just maybe do so without bothering your neighbor. And so this last thing, I did mention the principles. I already mentioned the third principle, but the sixth principle is the interdependent, is that the interdependent web? That's the seventh. Well, technically the seventh applies too, because sand and crystal quartz, that to me, that represents the seventh principle, because they're pretty much made up of each other, or it's made up of that. But the sixth principle is about the earth. And so what I'd like you to do when we're doing this sound, I'm going to try to walk you through a little short meditation, but please feel free to think of it, the sound connecting you to your neighbor, and then maybe throughout the rest of the earth. So, I'd like y'all to picture we're going to a park. And you're walking along, listening to the sound of birds, noticing that the grass is nice and green. You hear trickle of water. And you go and sit down on a bench or maybe on the ground. the offering words. I'm going to do a song during the offering. I'll let Claire come up. Just so you guys know, there's a reason I have been doing the songs. I'm sorry, the Amazing Grace wasn't quite the pitch I wanted. But the songs I'm doing with the lyrics with the bowl, it's not just to give the band off, but it's also because there's a lot of some evidence out there that says, to do the bowls, yes, sing with the bowls, but not sing words, because the words kind of get us out of that relaxation space. For me, it helps me relax. So I kind of use a song to get into it and a song to get out. But I will let Claire say her words, and then I'll do our closing number.
Thank you, Kathy. Now is the time we participate in the care of our church by giving and receiving the offering. If you're contributing to your pledge today, be sure to write pledge on your check or cash envelope. When the music begins, the ushers will present the offering basket to you, and all you have to do is drop your offering in, no passing required. In addition to the basket, and for those joining us at home, we have several options for making a Sunday offering. Please use the links on screen to give through our website, by PayPal, or by using the Vanco mobile app. Your offering, no matter how you make it, will be gratefully received. And looks like the offering already started, the collection. Okay. Please remain seated after the music is over for the closing of our service and reprise of the music.
This song is a song that I learned in choir in high school, I think, and it helps me. It's a joyful New Orleans style march that was rearranged for a choir, and it helps me when I think about my dad and other people I've lost over the years. Hark, I hear the harps eternal ringing on the farther shore, as I near those golden waters with their deep and solemn roar. Hallelujah, 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 praise the Lamb. Hallelujah, hallelujah, glory to the great I am. And my soul, though stained with sorrow, fading as the light of day, passes swiftly o'er those waters to the city far away. Hallelujah, 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 praise the Lamb. Hallelujah, hallelujah, glory to the great I am. Hallelujah, 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 praise the Lamb. Hallelujah, hallelujah, glory to the great I am. Y'all, that fly really likes the sound healing too. Did y'all notice? Or the sound, the bulls.
I would say now we're going to extinguish the chalice, but as you can probably see, it's no longer with us. But I'm gonna ask anyway that you pretend like it's lit anyway. Just use your kind of imagination. And I'll go ahead and give the little words for the chalice. There we go. Thank you. Though we now extinguish this flame, its music continues, vibrating in our hearts, flowing in our breaths, echoing in the quiet places of our days. As our service draws to a close, may the sounds we have shared continue to echo within us. Each vibration touches something deep, something words could not reach. May the calm we have found here ripple outward through our words, our actions, our listening, and our care. May we carry this harmony into a world that longs for peace. And may the resonance of our shared song guide us towards justice, compassion, and renewal again and again and again.
Do you guys want something else? Are we done? Oh. I forgot about that. Sorry, y'all.
We are singing hymn number 414.
Please come up and play with the bowls. I'll show you how if you want.